Hotty. Hello, and welcome to this first video where I'm actually going to try and edit it with my new editing software and my new making thumbnail thingy-majiggies. I hope you like it. It's good. This episode was great. So Kristen beat the shit out of this random person. No, Lenore's boyfriend, thingy-majiggy, beat the shit out of him, then tried to commit suicide. And then while was that happening, then it was a massive battle, and then Lenore had to marry Nera while their blood was being eaten by rats. And they were both crying because it was supposed to be a 7-day thing and supposed to be happy, but they were both crying, just me, and I was like, ah. And it was like, oh my god, that's dark. And Alicent walked in like a complete bitch and with the green on and was like, oh, I'm big and odd because Rhaenyra could challenge for the throne and something and affect the children. It's like, oh, and it's like, ah. So then, what else happened? Well, they went to the weird thingy-majiggy and, well, Daemon went to see his bronze whore, bitch person, and he killed her with a rock and she died. Because she was killed, and then Daemon went home and was like, okay, I'm marrying this person now in the next episode, and it was like, oh, look at that. And Viserys has got a weird thing on his arm, looks like grayscale, but it's probably just grey pox or great pox or a pox. It's just old and tired and it's coughing up blood. And I don't know why, I don't know how Alicent deals with this. So Kristen tries to commit suicide twice in this episode, which is just mad. I don't know what's going to happen with him. He's not dead yet. And then Alicent was like, no, don't kill yourself. And then so Kristen was like, oh, because he pummeled that guy to death. Because he said, oh my god, I know about you and you. And he's like, oh, I can't be dealing with this. So he was like, ping, me, bing, bing. And then one was like, ah. And the king was like, I can't deal with this anymore. I'm too old for this. I'm going to die soon. And then the dad was like, the new dad of Lenore, I can't remember his name, was like, oh my god, our son's just young. And the mum was like, no, he's not young, he's just gay. And I was like, oh, right, great, okay, cool, keeping it in. And then, what else happened in this episode? There was also there was dragons. There was 2 dragons and lots of ships. And then there was a feasting thing. It was like, oh my god, we're going to do a big lovely thing. And everyone was like, oh. And then the big lovely thing didn't happen. And there was like this segment where it's like, okay. And so Kristen was like, okay, I'll take you to Bravos or Essos and we can start our new life. And you can leave everything behind and we can eat oranges and cinnamon. And she was like, nah, mate, fine, mate. Good mate. It wasn't good in the end. He pummeled someone to death because she found out. And then there's this disabled clubfoot guy, which is like, oh, he fed her too. And she was like, and Alicent was like, tea? And he was like, yes, tea. And she was like, banana. So then Alicent was like, oh my god. And then she went to us, so Christina was, and she was like, oh my god, you did this to her. And then he just stood up, was like, yep, I did it. Please don't torture me. Kill me yet. And he was like, ugh, just leave. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna go and run away to Essos now because I'm royally fucked. He didn't run away to Essos. He stayed. He looked nervous the whole time. He killed someone. And what else happened? Oh yeah, it's the final episode and all the actors, because they're all going to be old and dusty in the next episode, and then it's all a mess. It's all a massive mess. It's all just like, the next episode is going to be so great, but this episode was good. And Damon appeared and he was like, Gangster Granny, yeah. It was epic. It's a good episode. 7 out of 10. Definitely not the best episode. Last episode was much better than this episode. Like, last episode was mad. This episode, like, the final, like, 12 minutes when there was, like, a massive fight and killings and, like, pow, pow, pow. It'd be great.